Some material stocks are seeing big rallies following Donald Trump's presidential win. Check out shares of U.S. Steel, AK Steel, and Century Aluminum. Are more gains ahead? Welcome to Trading Nation. I'm Eric Chemi, joined by Eddy Elfenbein of the Crossing Wall Street blog and Craig Johnson of Piper Jaffray. So, Eddy, I want to start with you. When you see these big names, materials, industrial metals, do you think there's a lot more room to go, or was that just an election spike that really isn't going to continue?
I think we definitely have more room to grow. Probably not as dramatic as we've seen. If you go back to February, some of those names are up 200–300%. But if you just look at it, like copper had a 14-day run of increasing every single day. And I think just with an emerging economy, with things turning towards cyclicals, with probably more friendly policies from Washington as far as infrastructure, I think that plays well for a lot of the materials. And I think that we'll see more of a rally into 2017 from a lot of these names in the industrial metals.
Craig, do you agree with what Eddy says, or do you have something a little bit different?
No, I agree with what Eddy says to a degree, but let's just look at the charts. If you pull up the chart of the XME that we brought in, two things I would point out. Number one, on the 5-year basis, you've started to reverse a downtrend, and you can see with the dashed line. If you go back even further and look at a 10-year or a 20-year chart, you're reversing the downtrend off of the 2011 highs. This is substantial, and this is a clear change in psychology and sentiment in the market toward these areas. I've heard from many of the portfolio managers over the last several weeks of marketing that a lot of people got caught flat-footed coming into this election. They did not have a lot of exposure into the industrials, into the basic materials, and in these areas of the market. So they're using the FANG trade names as kind of an area to take some profits and to reposition back into these areas. I think this is a real shift, and it's going to last for a while, and there's definitely more upside to go from our perspective.
When you look at those charts, though, the charts don't know that there's an election that just happened, right? So that picture can tell a story. So do you think that's a technical move that's happening regardless of the election? It would have happened no matter what? Or do you think the election really does have a direct impact when you look at that 5-year chart?
I think what the election has done is it's brought it to everyone's attention. But when you go back and you look at the total return relative strength work that we've done for years, remind everyone, we've been overweight the basic materials in the energy sector for months now. We were starting to see inflows into these areas ahead of even the election taking place. But it was really kind of that flashpoint moment for a lot of investors to realize that the change in Washington is going to mean a shift, again, toward fiscal policy, a reduction in rules and regulations in Washington, and that really is going to benefit these mining stocks and additionally stocks that are included in the XME.
Well, Craig, Eddy, thanks for joining us here on Trading Nation. Everybody else, thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.